Welcome in to Two Country Home. So, as you saw in our previous videos, you saw us build this news raised bed, and then you saw us fill it with our soil and how we reclaimed our soil from just in situ composting, and then did some amendments to this. So now we're going to go ahead and get it planted out. So we're going to go ahead and be putting in some Harris model parsnip from Baker Creek Seed. So these saying they need about 21 days for germination to come up. You want to go ahead and keep your soil moist during that time. And they say to plant them 6 inches apart, and they need quite a bit of time, 165 days, so it's going to take a while. And then to go 6 inches apart. So as you remember, this bed's 30 inches, so that would be 5 across, but we're going to go ahead and see. We may go a little bit closer. We may do about 5 inches, probably try to get 6 across here. As you see, remember this bed was 20 inches deep, so these can go down a foot in loose soil, so this would be perfect for this. These are fresh seed from this year. Parsnips, they don't, seed doesn't last a long time, so you'll need to, probably buy each year. And this is in case you haven't seen it before, but that's what a parsnip seed looks like. So it's down 1/4 to a 1/2 inch deep, so that's pretty shallow. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you here how I'll go ahead and don't even need to use the hori, but I always tend to have it with me. But I'm just going to go ahead and get that, and I usually put a seed down in each hole there, and I don't really want to get it too deep, just want to barely get them in there. So that was 1, 2, 4, 5. And remember, as you go, your recommended 6 or 5 inches this way will also be 5 inches that way. So it's not, you don't need spacing in between rows. So go ahead and drop another one in there. This garden bed should really, they should do well in here. Soil's loose all the way down, full 20 inches. It'll compact a little bit, but that's why you saw in our previous video we put in a lot of peat moss. Help keep that compaction to a minimum and retain moisture in the bed. This is a bit of a tedious job. It takes a minute to. You could just broadcast them, I guess, if you really wanted to, but it takes a bit of a minute to get them set in there. And sometimes I stagger, don't really put one beside the other, just to try to utilize that space a little bit better. Just keep going down the way, dropping your seed, and hopefully you end up with a nice germination rate and a nice bed of parsnips. I really like parsnips. They're not they're not inexpensive in the store as compared to a carrot. They're kind of pricey, and they're usually kind of big and woody. So this will afford us the opportunity, hopefully, to have some of our own homegrown. So you see I put one here, and then I'm going to just jump back ever so slightly, maybe an inch or so, and kind of stagger in between the other two as I go, just to try to maximize the little bit of space we have. We don't have a lot, and these are sometimes subject to not having real great germination rates. You can put these on a paper towel, a moist paper towel, and germinate them inside, and then plant them out with like tweezers. You have to be careful so you don't rip the root off, but I just tend to do it this way. Try to get a fair number put out, and you know, if I get 75% germination rate, I'm pretty well pleased. If I do better than that, I'm really pleased. You get a lot of seed in one of these packets from Baker Creek. Problem with parsnips, especially carrots as well, is they don't normally last only 1 year. Seeds won't keep as some things will, even if stored properly. So really, you know, just need to try to find a place and get them planted out, because probably won't germinate. You know, they'll go down from that 75% you're hoping for to maybe 30% the next year, and year after that you won't get any germination from in my opinion anyway, from the seeds you saved or have not planted out from years prior. Never actually saved seeds from parsnips, and may try that possibly maybe this year. Leave one or two go. As you can see, it takes a bit of time to plant them out, so I'll go ahead and just show you how we'll take care of these. So I'll put my hoary here so I can kind of remember where I was. So as you see, we planted up to here, so you don't want to cover them very much at all. You want to kind of stay very light with the covering. If I could get my camera person come in here a little closer, come forward a little bit, so you can kind of see here. You just want to, as you can see, the seeds are in here. You just want to barely cover them up, lightly get them covered. Don't want to, like say, it's really 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch is the recommendation, so you don't want to get them in there too far. And there again, you know, you're going to want to keep your soil moist, not sopping wet, but moist, to aid in the germination. Some people will put a board on top to keep them moist. I don't. I just usually try to maintain it. You just want to, so there, you just want to get them covered in like that. Give them a good water in. Like I say, keep them moist for the next well, you know, it can take up to 24 days to get them up. So you definitely want to keep your soil moist during that time, and then from there, as they start coming up, just give them water as they need. They don't need a whole lot of care after that. They typically do well on their own. Here in Zone 9A, they'll grow slow through the winter. Frost won't hurt them at all. So and then they'll take off come springtime, you know, usually February or March, and they'll get the tops up to here typically, and do pretty well. So, you know, I just thought I'd bring you a quick look at planting some parsnips. You could come in between these rows if you wanted to, and we may, in part of the bed, and you could plant in between these rows a quick planting of radish. Radish come up in 30 days, so the radish should come out and shouldn't, if you space your rows enough, disturb your parsnips. So you could do some interplanting like that if you really wanted to. But you know, I just recommend getting, you know, anything in the ground, especially root crops, if you're able to in the fall, in, you know, I guess probably zones 7 and up would be good. So just thought I'd bring you a quick video on planting parsnips here. And you know, if you have time maybe and enjoy our videos, you might want to like and subscribe to our channel. We're just trying to, you know, maintain our own self-sufficiency in what little way we can. We don't have a very big space, you know, but like I say, we're just trying to do as much as we can with the space we have. So I'll see you later from Two Country Home.